sugar cookies recipe with self-rising flour is the perfect recipe for beginner bakers, bake sales, and even last-minute recipes. The secret is the self-rising flour, and it gets the job done for you. Self-rising flour is a 3-in-1 ingredient because it has baking powder and salt added to it. Pastries baked out from self-rising flour tend to be more tender than baked goods with all-purpose flour because it uses lesser protein than all-purpose flour. Self-rising flour. Essentially, it is a mixture made up of salt, baking powder, and flour. For this reason, self-rising flour ensures an even mixture of the leavening power of the baking powder and the flour. That is why you will inevitably obtain the excellent rise out of your baked goods every time you utilize self-rising flour. Besides, you no longer need a leavening agent. With that, use self-rising flour exclusively on baked goods that call for this product. As a result, you can make sugar cookies that always rise excellently every time you use self-rising flour. What you will need to make sugar cookies recipe with self-rising flour. Ingredients: a half cup of unsalted butter, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 piece egg, 2 cups of self-rising flour. Step-by-step instructions on how to make sugar cookies recipe with self-rising flour. Step 1. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. After that, line the baking sheet with parchment paper. Then, at medium-high speed, cream your butter in a bowl of your hand, or stand mixer till it becomes smooth and creamy, or for a minute. Step 2. Afterward, at medium speed, gradually add the sugar. Then, beat till well incorporated. Step 3. Now, at low speed, add the eggs, then add the vanilla. After that, using a rubber spatula, scrape the bowl's sides and bottom to ensure that the batter is well incorporated. Then, gradually add in the self-rising flour. Afterward, beat until a soft dough forms. Because of that, do not forget to scrape the sides. Step 4. After that, flour a clean surface, then roll out the dough to 1/4 inch in thickness using a rolling pin. Because of this, do not be afraid to add more flour, because it tends to be more sticky. Step 5. Afterward, grab your cookie cutter and grease them, then cut out the cookies. Now, place your cookies at least 1 inch apart on the prepared baking sheet. After that, bake in the oven for 10 minutes, or until the cookies turn golden brown. Step 6. Finally, place on a wire to cool down. Besides, if you plan to frost the cookies with royal icing, make sure the cookies have completely cooled down. Tips and tricks. It is the most effective approach to bake cookies on the middle oven rack to achieve a chewy on the inside and slightly crispy on the outside texture. In addition to that, ensure to bake 1 baking sheet at a time. Moreover, make sure to buy a baking sheet that is shiny aluminum with a smooth surface. Likewise, you should utilize a baking sheet with no sides that reflects the heat, bakes cookies evenly, and browns right. On the other hand, if self-rising flour is unavailable, you can substitute it by making your own. With that, all you need to do is whisk in 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1½ teaspoons of baking powder. It is best to utilize shortening for a thicker or puffer cookie. It would help if you also used shortening for thicker or puffer cookies since its texture can be difficult to handle than a crunchy texture. On the contrary, use butter for a flatter cookie with a crunchier or lighter texture. Moreover, you can store sugar cookies in an airtight container for approximately a week at room temperature. You can also freeze unfrosted sugar cookies, and they can last up to 2 months. Because of that, keep in mind that you must thaw them, especially when you are about to bake the frozen cookies. For this reason, all you need to do is to place the cut-out cookies onto a baking sheet. Then bake for about 9 to 10 minutes. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.